Hi everyone, I hope you are doing well. It's good to be back. I've had to go back to work, so it's been difficult trying to, get in front of the camera and doing videos. But today I just thought I'd touch base with you and find out how 2018 is going for you so far. In one of the earlier clips, I made a comment that we make all kinds of resolutions when the year is coming to an end. But you don't have to call it a resolution. It can be like a life change that you want to make, right? So far, it's just a check-in. I'm not somebody who will tell somebody to do something and not do the same thing myself. So I had said early on that, you need to take little steps. So I'm just going to share some of what I've been doing, right? So you might not know, I'm a big procrastinator. I put things off for a long time unnecessarily, and I just have to push myself to go do it. So there's a funny thing, like these glasses that I'm wearing, I got them last June, and these forms should have gone in right away. Like I have up to the end of 2018 anyhow to send in my forms, and I didn't. But because of what I said at the end of the year, I said, you know what, I need to start doing some of these things. So I've put in the forms. It might seem like a little thing to somebody, but for me, I'm proud of myself, so I'm glad that's been mailed in now. The next big challenge for me is to renew my passport. My passport expired last April, and well, I picked up a form about 2 months ago, November or so, and I had it on the table downstairs. Well, the form is now upstairs, and so we are making progress. Now I have to fill it out and send it in. But I took one other step. It's been a while since I did a passport, so I went, the place where they take the pictures is in my office building, so I went and asked them for the price, so I have that. So I'm hoping that by the end of the month, if not before, that will be done. So, it's like, I'm just trying to encourage you, right, that, hey, you need to just take life step by step. The next thing on my list is to declutter. Women, we gather a lot of things, especially clothes, your drawers, your closet. So that's, what I'm going to be doing next. I'm not beating myself down, and I wouldn't expect anybody to. Just take those little steps and keep going. Right now, the world in which we are, you need to take care of yourself. I repeat, you need to take care of yourself. You may be a believer, you may be in the world, whatever it is, you need to take care of yourself. Because sometimes our expectations and what we expect of other people do not materialize. At the end of the day, it's between you and your God. So you find a way to stand firm, stand strong. So what I'll say is, especially for procrastinators like me, is that the snail was able to get to the ark. You know what I'm talking about, Noah's Ark. So don't give up. Just keep taking those small steps. Okay? Nothing ever happened overnight. Little Samuel, he was quite a young boy when he heard from God. But he didn't know what he was hearing till Eli directed him. He didn't become God's prophet right away, right? So the other thing too is, look at the suffering that Joseph endured. Joseph had dreams, okay, of his family members bowing down to him, and they were none too pleased about that. So what did they do out of their fit of jealousy and rage? They sold him to the Midianites or Ishmaelites. I forget what they are called. I think it's both, okay? But he ended up becoming Pharaoh's right-hand man. And well, let's talk about David, shall we? David was anointed as a young man. He was in the in the bush or countryside, whatever, I forget the description, but tending sheep. And he was anointed, but did he become king right away? Look at what he went through. So, I'm just encouraging you that there is suffering in our Christian walk. And not everybody is going to like you. You just have to keep going. Sadly, we say we are believers. I guess we're human after all, because even in the world, people don't like each other. So why would you expect people to like you, even in church? But then for me, that difference is that, there has to be that genuineness, like from the heart, loving people, So we need to be real, right? So I'm just putting it out there that I've come to that point that, you know, you need to persevere in the small things. It doesn't matter what anybody thinks. Only you know, and God knows your heart. If you don't persevere in those small things, the big things won't come. You know, for all we know, how do I know that? I mean, I'm not coming to church pretending to be doing this, doing that, and everybody thinks, oh yeah, great, this person is doing really well. At the end of the day, in their heart, it's a different thing, or they have their own agenda. So it's between you and your God. Christianity today is become very, very difficult. Look around you in North America here, in Ghana, back where we come from. You know, it's pretty tough. It's pretty tough. It's not a game. And if you're not careful, you'll lose your faith. But you just need to soldier on. So, you know, one of the things too that I've realized is that this year I've changed my reactions in terms of how I react to others. God is giving me the grace for me to manage it better. So things that used to be bothering me, or people who used to be bothering me, whether it's in your family relationship or whatever it is, it doesn't bother me anymore, because you know what? At the end of the day, we all have our lives to live. We are individuals. If you depend on people too much, they'll fail you. Today they like you, tomorrow they don't. So if you're somebody who's at the mercies of people, like what does it say in the Bible? Fear of man brings a snare, but whoever trusts in the Lord shall be saved. Think about God. For me right now, it's just me and my God, because, you know, no matter what you do, people will not be happy. It's always, you've always done something wrong, or you are doing something wrong. People don't understand your motives, why you do what you're doing. So you need to learn to stand firm. And excuse me, one of the things that I've told myself this year, or one of the small resolutions that I've made, is to get closer to God. Yes, getting closer to God, because you have to make a serious determination, right? It's not an easy feat, and you must move from Mount Horeb. One must move from Mount Horeb. It's in the Bible somewhere when the Israelites stayed too long on Mount Horeb and God asked them to move forward. Sometimes we stay at one place too long, and you feel like you've come to a brick wall and there's nothing, nowhere to go. For me, the reason why I started doing some of these things is to encourage myself and to encourage others. And it's done a lot for me. I don't know. I mean, who am I? But, excuse me, I seem to be coming down with something, but hey, we cast it off. So, you know, keep pushing, keep going. This year, it's not about anybody. It's about me and my God. At the end of the day, that's what it is. God is all that you have, because you put your trust in people and they let you down. They may smile at you today, tomorrow they don't want to see you anymore. But that is not why we are here. We need to be serious. We need to persevere. We need to persevere. We need to push. So for me, even one other thing too that I've been doing, every day I try to write down a little thing, something, whatever happened during the day, lessons I learned, you know, or keeping track of events, so that, hey, in December, when it's time to give God thanks, I will say, oh yeah, this happened, that happened, this happened, that happened. So, you know, it's just a check-in, but I'm saying keep strong. Stand firm in your faith. You cannot depend on man. You need to cry out to God. Cry out to God. Like, you know, sometimes you need to, there's things that we do that we are so busy we don't even pay attention, right? Like you can be sitting at the table just drinking a cup of tea and it's all quiet, and it allows you to just, you know, be quiet in your spirit and really, you know, think about where you're going or what you're doing, or just enjoy peace and calm. That's how it is to when you're trying to get in touch with God. Like, it's got to be you and Him. You got to be at that place where you are praying worship, you are playing worship songs or something, and you're really communing with Him. Because rather than going to cry out to somebody about your problems and they can't even help you about it, you know, like I'm walking around, nobody knows what my problems are, and I may look like, oh, everything is okay, but it's only the grace of God. Otherwise, I'd have given up. If I'm looking to people to help me solve my problems, I would have given up. I look up to God. And yeah, I know, as believers, we get laughed at. We believe in some hairy, fairy person in the sky. No, my word tells me that there's a living God, and I'm depending on Him. And He's the one who's going to sustain me in 2018. Men can judge, they can say whatever, make assumptions about you, but it's okay. You are here to serve God. At the end of the day, it's between you and your God. You can't love your husband more than God. You can't love your wife more than God. You can't love your children more than God. He comes first. And for once, I'm realizing that He needs to have that place of honor. And it's not about pretending to love Him. There's the real deal. We don't pretend. There should be no pretending spirits in Christendom. It's got to be the real thing. And I'm not saying it because I'm perfect, but there's too much fakeness and phoniness going on, and we need to just wake up. We need to wake up. We need to wake up and do the real thing. If we are serving God, we need to do it without qualms, without any inhibition, without being afraid of man. You do what you have to do. So for me, that's my take on life for 2018, and I'm asking God to help me. I hope He'll help you too. Thank you for listening, and Matilda, thank you for always coming on and encouraging me. Stay blessed. I really appreciate it. Love you. Take care. Bye-bye.